26 of the closure for Chapter 7. The directions say, determine whether or not the two triangles in each part below are congruent. If they are congruent, show your reasoning in a flowchart. If the triangles are not congruent or you cannot determine that they are, justify your conclusion. So for part A, there's a tick mark on BG and a tick mark on DG. So we say that they're congruent, and that's given to us. There's also a double tick mark on IG and OG, so we say that they're congruent, and that's given to us as well. In between those two sides, and in between these two sides, are two angles that are vertical. Vertical angles are congruent to each other. That makes a side angle side congruence. Part B, we have triangle IGB marked with a tick mark and an arc mark, and AGB marked with the same one, so those two are congruent, that's given. BG is congruent to itself because it has a shared side. Angle AGB and angle IBG have the congruent tick marks, and that was given to us. So these two triangles are congruent by angle, side, angle. Part C, we have an angle marked with 30 and an angle marked with 30, so we have an angle, and then we have a side and a side with 20. And we have a shared side, so that would give us angle, side, side. So basically we do not have enough information, or it would have been angle, side, side, which spells a bad word and does not work. Part D, I have vertical angles at IST, so this angle right here, put a little arc mark there, and MSO. Those two angles are congruent because they're vertical angles. IT is parallel to OM because it has this little caret. That creates alternate interior angles, TIS, congruent to angle OMS, so I'll mark those with doubles. Then I also have side IT congruent to MO because of the congruent mark here and the congruent tick mark there. And so these two triangles are congruent by angle, angle, side. Question 117 says, Bianca plays lacrosse for her high school team. She loves to look at the ratings of lacrosse teams that play in her area. She wondered if she could predict the differences in the final scores when two teams played each other. Bianca looked at the differences in ratings and scores between different pairs of teams and drew the following scatter plot by hand. Discuss the association, including an interpretation of slope and R squared. So this is a strong positive correlation, and there are no big outliers.